decisions. Here's what I want to say, though, about Illinois. Interestingly, with all of the improvement that Donald Trump had across the country and in Illinois in terms of his margin, if you look just below that and all the way down the ballot in Illinois, Democrats won every seat in the General Assembly that it already had, and we won in races that I think people didn't expect, at county board races. Taking control of the McLean County Board, for example, coroners races. Literally, if you look, people clearly bifurcated, and made decisions different down the ballot than they did at the top of the ballot. And so I'm proud of that. I think that's a result of the policies that Democrats have had in Illinois and the approval of the voters about those. It's a result of organizing the Democratic Party of Illinois, which was not organized a couple of years ago, right? It was almost moribund if you go back 2.5 years. And so a lot has been done to rebuild the scaffolding and the infrastructure of the party. And remember that Republicans in Illinois were projecting that they would win 5 seats in the General Assembly, and they didn't. And there were a lot of competitive races all across the state, and Democrats fared very well.
Nothing could be further from that truth. If you look at a national perspective and you see Donald Trump winning each one of these battleground states where billions of dollars were spent, voters were mobilized and were making informed choices. Likewise, you see here in Illinois, a state that was not competitive, that had only, for president, had only one contested congressional election. We have 17 districts, 3 are occupied by Republicans. That's less than 20% of our congressional delegation. And yet Donald Trump, who did not do any work or advertising in this state, took 44% of the vote. That's a far cry from the 3 districts that are represented in Congress, and certainly a far cry from the 1/3 of the legislature that is represented by Republicans. It is not an endorsement of the status quo. It is an indictment of the Democratic gerrymandering and the way that voters have been disenfranchised in the state of Illinois.